Hey guys, today I have a story to tell and it is about my teacher. As I'm a student of interior design, I studied in Cambodia for a while, and as you may or may not know that Cambodia education is kinda okay but not okay. You know what I mean, right? So I decided to move to Bangkok, Thailand just to pursue my final year of interior design, which is a really big mistake I ever done. But it's okay, right? In life, you may experience the wrong path in order to truly see and able to walk on the right path. When I first came here, I thought to myself that my life is going to be very awesome. I get to start something new, I get to experience something that I never done before, be productive, and importantly, be a success student I ever be. But it turned out to be a crappy year anyway. At least I made a few friends from various countries, maybe. The term started and I was assigned to complete 4 projects in 6 months. I see the schedule and I speak to myself, well, that's alright, I can finish them in time, maybe. The first project started and I finished part of it weekly, then show it to the teacher. And what he said was, everything is fine. Then later on, we do one-on-one discussion with the teacher, then here come the first butthurt. A friend of mine, let's call him Steven. He's from Malaysia, but he is Chinese. So he was sitting with the teacher and the teacher keep on complaining about the task that Steven had done. But Steven was like, So that led to a very bad situation where the teacher immediately stand up and said to Steven, "You disrespect me." But Steven wasn't saying anything because he has a face of, I didn't know what the heck is happening. So the teacher started to walk out of the room. Later on, I asked Steven what happened. He said, I didn't know, I just agreed to all his complaining. Steven just can't believe that the teacher was provoked by his sound that he made, which means he agreed to something. And you know, he's Chinese, so this is polite enough for him. Later on, we had another one-on-one discussion. So here comes Steven again. But as a good student, Steven prepared words on his checklist, such as, that's right, that's okay, I agree, I am okay, I will change, I will rearrange, instead of So throughout the conversation, Steven didn't duplicate a word. So finally, the teacher happy about it. Yep. Then later on, as a wise teacher, he has an account in a chat app which called Line. It is really popular in terms of communication in Thailand. So he created a group for students to ask questions and sharing information. But you know what? His peak time is 1 a.m. in the morning, which is a professional time for him to give out information, where some students are sleeping and some are still doing what they are doing. So he wrote information at that time. You remember what he said when I first showed him my projects? Everything is fine. But at 1 a.m. in the morning, in the last week before submission of the first project, he listed down what we need to finish and show him on the day of our presentation. At the end of the text, he wrote in the quotation mark, in order to pass, you have to finish all the list above. Everyone was like, what the F is this? And the list is completely different from the first time he told us what to do. One of them in the list is exterior rendering, which interior designer don't really care about. But in the list, he wrote that exterior facade is required. What the heck, man? And we all assume that because of a student, let's call her Belle, she provoked him by not showing her process of the project for a few weeks. So the teacher angry and increasing the amount of work for the whole group of students. Good job, Belle. Just one student who didn't show up often and you increase overall work? What the heck is wrong with you, man? But it's alright, we have 1 week to finish this. it's okay, we just don't sleep for the whole week, and that will be alright. But here comes the final bomb. He chat in the group, guess what, 1 a.m. again, and the last 3 days before submission. You guys need to properly arrange your project on the future board. Which means you have to print a lot of paper in A2 size and then stick it on to the future board and then show it to him. I have questions because mostly my teacher asked me to print at most 5 papers, and even without board to present. We're just using tape and stick it on the wall, that's it. So I decided to ask maybe here in Bangkok or UK standard they have different format from what I had done before. And mostly I studied for 2 years already. I googled everything before I asked. I wrote, can I see the sample from real project that had been done before, because I'm stuck right now and I am new here, so I don't really know what is the format for presentation. Please? You know what his response? With all capital letters, he said, I can't believe you asked me this question. Do you know Google? Just type in keyword presentation board. I was like, what the heck is wrong with you, man? Is this a teacher that students should respect? I came here just to get a degree from UK, not Google, bro. If I can access any specific information which is not public for everyone for free, then I wouldn't come to this school. I can just Google at home, then I become a best self-learning designer ever. I know that you guys may think that this is a school system that teachers need to follow, but even if you cannot give me the sample from UK, at least you speak politely as a good teacher behavior and explain that it is crucial information that they cannot let students see, or maybe forbid students from plagiarism. I don't know. And one more thing, just small letter, man. I guess your phone is not capital lock. You can change it in the setting, or maybe you can Google it, maybe. So I never ever chat in the group ever again. I never asked question. He didn't teach much, so I learned nothing. And I don't really respect him as a teacher anymore. I just can't believe that what he had done was a teacher behavior who had a great knowledge to share to students. Somehow I completed the project from my experience that I had before, and it goes just fine. Because the scoring is not all by the teacher, but by the UK lecturer, since our certificate is issued by the UK. So all in all, I just think of him as an easily butthurt teacher, where demanding lots of things from you in an urgent period of time. And the worst thing is that you have to pay him to yell at you for just asking questions, and you can do nothing about it but to accept it and let it flow. That's also one of the reasons why I think school is the worst place for students if there are this kind of teacher existed. On the other hand, there are good and bad teacher though, so this video is pointing out to only specific people that I mentioned. So thank you for being my teacher.